Welcome, everybody, to the first of 8 continuing education classes. We're so glad that you came and hope that you're going to learn a lot. There are 3 of us that are going to be presenting to you today. Heather McKinney is from Central Pennsylvania, and she's a diamond, and she will be one of our presenters talking about a bunch of different oils. And Brandy Jacks from Prescott, Arizona is a gold leader, and she's going to be starting us off with basic information, what you need to know, the ins and outs of using your essential oils. And then my name is Cynthia Patience. I am from Meridian, Idaho. I'm a diamond leader and just excited to launch these continuing education classes for you. So as you can, well, as soon as I figure out, there we go. Okay. As you can see, we've got 8 classes that are lined up. And so every Thursday at the same time, the same Zoom address, we will be covering one of these different classes. And today is Essential Oils 101. And so I am going to just go ahead and turn the time over to Brandy to just jump right in.
Fantastic. Hey, everyone. We're glad you're here, and I'm excited to talk to you about the basics of essential oils. So we're going to start with just understanding how to use your oils to begin with, right? Good place to start. So each of your oils are labeled for how you use them. So it makes it very easy. So I just grabbed a bottle of lemon and a bottle of Aroma Touch. Now these are labeled very differently. So on the lemon bottle, you'll see right away the supplement facts. I don't know if you can tell there, which is a very quick and easy way to tell that that one can be used internally. So you think of supplement facts on your food, that's how you know you can eat it, right? So that can be used internally, okay? So Aroma Touch, on the other hand, does not have any supplement facts. There we go. So it does not have that same. So that's a quick and easy way when you are just looking at your oils to say, okay, this one is not for internal use. This one is for internal use. So that's the safest way to do that. Now, that next thing, the quick reference chart, is actually in the product guide. And the product guide is available to add to your order and can be purchased for $1.50. And that quick reference guide is right in the middle, and it has all of the oils, both single and blends, labels right there, and then it tells you how you can use them, aromatically, topically, internally, if they need to be diluted, all of that. So if you want a quick reference chart, that's where you would find it. But the book that came with your oils is the doTERRA Essentials, and it's absolutely beautiful. I hope you've taken some time to go through and see all of these. But right in here, so I just happened to turn to clove, and that's a good one because it needs to be diluted. So you'll see right here on this page that it's saying at the bottom, aromatically, topically, internally. And I know it's tiny, you probably can't see that, but right here at the bottom, that's where it's talking. And then it also says D, which means clove needs to be diluted with fractionated coconut oil, or any type of oil can actually be part of the dilution. And so skin sensitivity is a primary safety. It says there, oh, I'm getting messages. You look at that, Cynthia, and see, I don't know if they can see me or not. So it says that, you know, skin sensitivity is our primary safety issue. And as you're starting, it's recommended that you dilute your oils as you're using them so that you make sure there isn't any type of skin sensitivity when you're using them. And then the last point there is to keep all of the oils outside of your ears, your ear or your eyes, and your nose. So when you're using essential oils for ear issues, you just rub them right outside. You don't have to go inside the ear canal. And obviously you want to keep them out of your eyes and nose.
Hey, Brandy, can I make a comment on the skin sensitivity? Sometimes you'll put on an oil and then realize, oh, this is kind of hot, or this is sort of icy, spicy, or whatever. And so at that point, you know, just put some coconut oil or carrier oil over top of your skin, and that will dilute, it will temper that sensitivity and slow down the absorption of that oil. But Brandy and I had an experience once where a little girl pinched a peppermint beadlet and then immediately rubbed her eye and was screaming bloody murder. And so we just went and grabbed the coconut oil and just rubbed it over her eye, and she was fine. And now she is an oil lover and uses them all the time. So,
and teaches everybody else to make sure you have your coconut oil on hand.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so as I mentioned in the booklet, it talks about if it can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. So each of the oils will be labeled right in that booklet, the ways that you can use them. And you just need to follow that guide. If it's aromatically only, then you just are using it in your diffuser or you're breathing it in. You know, topically, you're putting it right on. You can use it on your skin. And then internally, obviously, using it inside, you know, putting a drop in your mouth, putting it in a capsule. It's also going to have whether it's what the skin sensitivity is. So an N is going to mean that you can use it with no dilution. It's a very gentle oil. The N stands for neat. The S stands for sensitive. So dilute for young or sensitive skin. And that's, again, you can put it on before, you can put it on after. You just want to make sure that you're diluting that as you use it. And then the D, like the clove, is definitely dilute before applying, because it is going to cause some skin sensitivity. You're going to turn a little bit red. Or I have oregano is another one that my husband was using oregano for a cold sore, and he was just so mad about having a cold sore. He just wanted it to be gone, that he took the oregano and just put it straight on that cold sore. Well, he wasn't very careful about all the skin around the cold sore, right? And pretty soon it's starting to get red and feel hot. So then he just added some coconut oil and it was fine. But you just have to be careful. And sometimes we're not patient, and then we just jump in and, you know, use the oil. So when you're first starting, it's an easy way is just to dilute all of them. But you have the guides there, so you know ones that should definitely be diluted.
Yeah. And I would say that some of those hot oils like cinnamon and clove and thyme and oregano, I actually will just put them on the bottom of my feet if I want to have that, you know, in my bloodstream and working for a certain purpose. And I don't really have a problem putting them on straight on my feet, because my, you know, you've got thick skin on the bottom of your feet and it's not so much of a problem. But if you were trying to use it for congestion or something, or cramps or whatever, pain, whatever, then you definitely do want to dilute it first.
Yeah, and let me talk for a minute too about water. So a lot of times you do get it, say, in your eyes, and you think, oh, I'm just going to wash it out. Well, the water is actually going to make it absorb more quickly, and so it's actually going to cause more of an irritation. You're going to feel it more intensely because of the water. So that leads us to fractionated coconut oil, which is a perfect carrier oil to just keep on hand. It readily absorbs into the skin. It provides a soothing barrier without clogging pores. It's excellent for dry and troubled skin, so I love to use it just for its own benefits, plus including the essential oil with it. It's not super greasy, and it's soluble. It works well with the essential oils because it's colorless and odorless, and it doesn't go bad. So you can keep that, you know, bottle for a long time and just keep it on hand. And then right there, you can see the oils to dilute: oregano, some of the ones Cynthia mentioned, oregano, cinnamon, clove, thyme, cassia. Those are your hot oils that you'll want to make sure. So fractionated coconut oil just means they've taken the solids out of it, so it doesn't turn solid at room temperature. So that's all that fractionated means. Okay, so here's some examples of dilution. So you can see some of them are really hot and some of them not so much. So applying the hotter oils to the bottom of the feet is always the safest and first choice. That's what I do. That's what Cynthia mentioned. But this just gives you an idea of when you're doing, you know, let's say you're doing drops. So oregano, doing 7 drops of fractionated coconut oil to 1 drop of oregano, or 4 drops of fractionated coconut oil to 1 drop of cinnamon. So you get an idea. The cassia there is hot, you know, 9 drops of the fractionated coconut oil to 1 drop of cassia. So you can get an idea of that. Again, a lot of times I'm not doing specific drops. I'm just putting, you know, the fractionated coconut oil in my hand, putting a drop of the oil and rubbing it on my feet, because I know that's the safest area. But if you like numbers and you like to be specific, this is a good recipe to follow. All right. So,
whoops, sorry.
Woo! Okay.
That's where we are, right? Okay.
Cynthia's got control of the screen. All right. So plants have so many different functions, and the essential oils inside the plant are what, that's where we're getting the benefit. And so the essential oil regulates plant growth. It regulates the plant metabolism. It functions as the plant's enzymes, and builds the plant's immune system. So you can see why we're getting the benefits that we get from the essential oil, because it's already been doing that in the plant.
Yeah, I've heard it described once that the essential oils are kind of like the blood of the plant. And that's what we're able to use ourselves. And we have similar chemistry makeup as plants. And so that's why we respond so well to essential oils.
Absolutely. So we're going to get a little sciencey here, a little plant science here. So when a plant is cut, it produces an oleogum resin. Did you know that? You learned something new today. That is what initiates the healing in the plant. And so we get this action that comes out in the form of a volatile oil, gum, and resin. And so that's the basis of our essential oils and what you'll have. So some you'll have that are a volatile oil that, like the citruses, they really just flash off. There's a lot, they're very, very sensitive, Then there's some like vetiver that's very thick and resin-like, or myrrh. Myrrh, half the time I'm trying to get the lid off of the myrrh because it's very thick. And so resin. So you'll see there's just different versions of the essential oil depending on the plant. And so they can be very different in consistency and nature. So essential oils are smart. I love this. I was actually just doing a presentation this morning, and I had 2 medical doctors in the audience, which is always a little intimidating. But they actually were very supportive and said, yeah, essential oils are a lot smarter than medicines. And it's true. Essential oils will absorb into the skin and the body system quickly. And they've done studies where within 30 seconds, the essential oils are in the bloodstream. So it's a very quick process. They promote proper cell defense and integrity, both inside and outside of the cells. And what that means is it doesn't matter what you have. Is it viral? Is it bacterial? I don't know. I just know I don't feel good. And so it can go in and kill a virus that's inside of a cell, and it can also get rid of a bacteria outside of a cell. So it doesn't matter which way. I lost your screen, Cynthia. I don't know if everybody else did, but
okay.
You're not sharing your screen with us anymore. I'll just keep talking and you can bring it back.
Okay.
Notification saying that you needed to upgrade your Zoom. Let me see if I can figure it out from my end.
Okay. Dang, sorry about that.
And we lost your PowerPoint.
Right.
Okay, so I'll just keep talking about what's on the PowerPoint, and they can work on the technical side on their end. So some of the essential oils will ward off environmental and seasonal threats because of the properties that are in them. So lemon, lavender, and peppermint are great ones as seasonal threats, start to appear. On Guard is a great one for this time of year as we move into the change of seasons and the threats that come with that. And then others will promote healthy circulation or enhance mood. So you'll start to learn, Heather's going to talk here in a minute about kind of the different classes of essential oils and how you can learn about where the essential oil comes from on the plant and how that can be beneficial in knowing what it can do. You can kind of lump that in a general category and figure out what it can do. So I will pass it over to you, Heather.
We're still working on things on our end to get it back up. So just be patient with us.
There it is.
Okay, good.
Well, there it is.
We go. Thank you, Brandy. That was fantastic information. I'm so grateful to work with both of you ladies. So we will keep moving on to the oils, and we'll just wait until our PowerPoints catch up. I'll just give us a little overview, and we'll be going over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, I believe 8 different parts of the plant that oils can be sourced from. And why this is important is because when we better understand that the oils can come from different parts of the plant, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, then we can better understand where there's a match between where the oils are sourced from and where they can best support us in our body, mind, emotions. Thank you. We're getting there. Beautiful. So if we look at, thank you so much, Cynthia. When we look at the plants and we take a closer look, we can see that all of these different parts, the flowers, the citrus and berries, the leaves, the physical green parts of a tree, the twigs, actually, as well, the bark or the wood, which is more of the base of the tree, the trunk, the resin, seeds, and roots. So those are all more down below the earth that we would see with our eyes. And once we look at each of these, I have examples for each of these different 5, 6, 7, 8, yes, correct, 8 areas, and we will go through them. Thank you. And if you like this conversation and you like the science, look more for lesson 7, class 7, as we go forward. You'll keep learning more about the science. That's actually what makes me excited and happy, is seeing how we've been gifted this beautiful, incredible holistic science for our own wellness. So citrus, if we start with the citrus oils, they are used, and if you want to go ahead, Cynthia, it will, if you keep clicking, yes, beautiful. Give us a whole list. Thank you. That way they can absorb that as I'm talking. And I just picked orange. So all of the citrus oils, one thing I'll keep in mind, all of them are pretty much photosensitive, with the exception of what, green mandarin? Is that correct? I believe? Yes. Okay. So photosensitivity just means that if you put the citrus oils on your skin, then you would be more reactive to the sun in a time frame. Sometimes it's 12 hours. It can go up to 36 hours. So it's mostly topical application for most citrus oils, except the green mandarin. I use wild orange, happens to be one of my favorites. I diffuse it a lot in the office and in our house, and it helps everybody's mood, whether you're elevated and want to calm down, or you're just down that day and want to be lifted. So citrus have a nice, embracing, strengthening, invigorating aroma to help a variety of people and situations. Plus, these are all familiar smells, so I find that it's an easier integration if you're just learning about the oils or you're trying to share it with someone or a new environment. Citrus oils can be a nice gateway in that sense.
And I think also the citrus oils, a really easy way to start using them is to add them to your water. Just a drop of lemon or orange or grapefruit in your water to drink is very cleansing. It boosts your immune system because it's boosting the antioxidant production. So that's another simple way to use them. And they're really awesome for cleaning too, to just add to a dishcloth or whatever as you're wiping down counters, or to put it in a spray bottle to clean your bathrooms. So citruses are super versatile, and they smell so amazing and are so powerful at cleansing. It's just a really great way to use them.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. It's true. We just put a couple, maybe 2 tablespoons of the On Guard concentrate with a couple drops of citrus, and that's what I use to clean the house. Kitchen counters, bathrooms, everything. Yeah. So you can make your own non-toxic, healthy cleaning products. Bergamot is one that is featured here, and the bergamot plant is interesting because you don't eat that pod. It actually is mostly created in nature for its essential oil benefits. So bergamot, as you can see on your screen, it's a calming and soothing aroma. It is one that says supplemental facts, so I'm grateful for Brandy for bringing that up. The citrus oils come from the zest of the rind. So if you're looking at that bergamot picture right there, they would come out from zesting the rind, not the pulp, which, again, ladies, I don't know if you want to share anything, but a common concern is about grapefruit. And a discussion we often have is that a grapefruit sensitivity is, in terms of medication, it's often the interaction, excuse me again, with the pulp that's on the inside of the fruit. However, the essential oils come from the zest of the rind. So it's just good to know that it's different. Any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's just different chemistry.
Yep. So it doesn't have that lock and key mechanism. But I do say when in doubt, don't. So just learn a little bit more about the science and see where your emotions sit with that. Okay, so the flowers, you can see a beautiful list here. They are picked whenever we need something that helps to lighten our emotions or our body. Maybe we're going through a difficult time and we want something to be a softer and more delicate, fresh, and light energy. So it helps us also to just calm down and focus and get our energy grounded in that way. One particular story I like to share is that I am highly sensitive to a lot of things, and I always grew up thinking lavender was something that I just had to avoid. Even when I started using the oils, I was at first just a little hesitant on being around lavender. I loved deep blue. It helped my aches and pains. I loved Digest Zen for my belly, but lavender, I thought, I don't know about that one. We'll see. Well, what I found is not only do I love lavender and it works for me, but I also learned more that it was the synthetic-based lavender that was giving me a headache or hives or just reactions. So just something to keep in mind for yourself or anyone you know, that if they do have a history or experience with being sensitive to lavender, just be gentle with them and kind, and in their own time, maybe they will start to be open to being around something that's sourced indigenously and have different chemistry. Okay. One of the feature oils in this for the flowers is Helichrysum on our next slide. And I was grateful to have this access to this before I had children. So I actually got into oils, the doTERRA brand right before I had children, but Holistics before, and was so grateful to have Helichrysum when I gave birth, because that's how the two of us got really close. So it's also known as liquid stitches. If you have, I work with some athletes and some sports people and teams, and something that they really like is to use Helichrysum as liquid stitches whenever they get cut on their faces or their nose, things like that. So take that knowledge and apply it however it works for you. Any other thoughts on Helichrysum?
Not need much Helichrysum. You can literally watch it seal your skin back together and save yourself a few $100s going to the emergency room. And that's one point I wanted to pull out too, just thinking about that. Helichrysum comes only in the 5 ml bottle, and it's what, $75 or something like that. And so some people might be like, oh my goodness, that's so expensive. Why would I pay that much? But again, if you have it on hand and you have a situation where somebody's been cut and it's something that you could put a few drops of Helichrysum on it and save yourself that trip to the ER, how much money did that just save you? You know, $75, you use maybe 4 drops. And so it's just one of those oils that's very healing and just a really good one to have. You might want to save up your points. We're going to talk about points later on in the call, and get that one for free. But it is one that you will want to have in your arsenal.
It's a powerhouse. Thank you so much for that. It is a powerhouse. And I will share, try to have, if you're using it for a cut, please make sure whatever you want to seal, it will heal. It will seal up whatever it covers. So all I ask is that you make sure the cut is expressed out and clean before you start applying either Correct-X, because Correct-X, we are gifted that it has Helichrysum in it, but make sure that that place, wherever is cut, that it's clean and ready to be healed. If it's not and you need some assistance, please get that first, because it will heal up and seal whatever's in there. That's how powerful it is. Same for the brain. if you know anyone that has brain issues or just some discomfort in the brain or disharmony or disbalance, then the base of the neck is really good. It helps to heal up different parts of the brain. Okay, so moving on, there's so many fun things about the plant we want to cover with you. So the leaf oils, that's a nice obvious one because we all can see that. And I believe it looks like that might be a peppermint leaf or something similar on our screen. So you could just imagine grabbing that leaf and rubbing it in your hands and smelling it, right? It would smell fresh and open. One of my favorites to use on a daily basis in different ways, but is Melaleuca. That is something that is definitely pure and uplifting and fresh. It helps to clean a lot of different things. It also helps to dry and pull things out. And the oil that they featured in our presentation is marjoram. And this is an oil that you may not think about as much, but it can offer a lot of really wonderful properties. And again, it has a supplement fact on the side. So if we see the marjoram slide, that would be...
Melissa's in charge of the slides now, so I'm trying to make sure. Okay, next one.
Next one. Sorry, Melissa. Thank you very much for your help.
A note about Melaleuca, it's still listed as Melaleuca there, but it's actually labeled as tea tree. So if you're looking for it to order, you want to look for tea tree because they've just changed the labeling of that.
Oops, sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much for that update. Yes, marjoram is one that, I'll be honest, it wasn't something that was on my radar at first. But the more I got to know it and build a relationship with it, the more I really started to respect and appreciate its properties for the nervous system and for muscles when you have those aches and pains and your cardiovascular system. So this is something that can be used aromatic, topical, or internal. As we're moving down our trees or our possibilities of how we source the plant from the plants, we get to the twig oils. Now, these aren't ones that I had on site with me today, so I can't hold them up for you, but I will share that I do love the smell of them. And they are clear and energizing. Around the holidays, a little tip for you is to place the Douglas fir or the Siberian fir on clay ornaments. You can get clay ornaments and just drop some of those on there. Maybe holiday joy as well over the holidays, but it has such an amazing fragrance and just memories. It's a deep-rooted, grounding smell. So if you're looking for that warm holiday smell, these are some oils that can help you. Yeah. Also emotionally, they connect into generational healing.
I love the tree oils, Heather. And just when you're talking about the holidays on November 1st, all the new Christmas products, well, the holiday product catalog will be available. And one of the things that they will be selling is a small diffuser, and it comes with Holiday Peace, which is a blend of the tree oils and vetiver. It's one of my favorites. I've already started diffusing it now. So just be watching for that. Those sell out very quickly, so don't wait too long to jump on the holiday products. But also something I love about the tree oils, if you think metaphorically, a tree has its roots, really dug deep into the ground to hold it steady, to keep it grounded. And no matter what's going on above, whether it's a snowstorm or the rain or wind blowing the branches, it can be flexible in moving as it needs to, but it stays grounded and doesn't fall over. So if you need something that's grounding for you, that helps you to just adapt to whatever's going on, consider a tree oil. There's also the black spruce, which wasn't listed because it's brand new, but that's one that grows at the very top of the earth on the Arctic Circle. And so the conditions there are super harsh, but it, again, is able to thrive and able to grow. And so when you need that sort of energy in your life, consider using a tree oil for that.
And think of how blessed we are that we have access right in our own homes and in our lives to connect right there with that energy. I'm just so grateful all the time, every time you open it up. Thank you. So the barks and the wood oils, I brought out, sorry, my screen is not letting me see the content on the side because I have our faces up. Let me see if I can change that real fast. Whoop. Pull that up. There we go. Yep, I just can't, Melissa. There we go. Thank you. I don't know how you want to share that, but so the wood oils, the bark and the wood, thank you so much. There we go. They help us again, as Cynthia was sharing, with that balancing and grounding. So part of my background is holistic wellness and development and the yoga sciences. We talk a lot about grounding and centering and uplifting and picking which energy you really need or connecting with in a moment. And balancing and grounding really do connect in with the wood oils. Cedar wood is fantastic for that. It is very nice to also diffuse for sleep if you're finding you're having some trouble with sleeping. And then they give us the option to learn more about sandalwood as well, which is another beautiful and popular oil. So sandalwood, which is on the next slide, is only available in a 5 milliliter, but it is powerful. It is a powerhouse, and again, as Cynthia mentioned, great to order with your points, and something that is a thicker oil, so you only really need 1 drop at a time, and it's very potent and powerful. So you would use this when you're trying to relax the brain or the nervous system, or really help to, as it notes here, with your skin. It's beautiful for the skin. It's in some of the skincare products, which is nice too. And I personally love the aroma of sandalwood. It's a very earthy, woodsy, grounding smell. Any other thoughts on our lovely wood oils?
I love that one too.
Good. I love that it's in Whisper. So if you want to try some of these, I'll try, I'm focusing on the slides just to stay in harmony with that, but I will jump offline just for a little bit to say, if you want to try sandalwood, one of my favorite oils is Whisper, and it's in there. So the rhizome and the root oils. So these are things that are mostly underground. We can see that they help us then to feel that way. Really deep, deep centering, deep grounding, balancing, stabilizing, and bringing us strength. So again, as Cynthia was talking earlier, all 3 of these categories, when we keep going down now, are great oils to resonate and get to know and consider when your life is going all over the place and you're really looking for that balance. So not just external environment, let's say you're going through a lot of transition and change, maybe in your family, in your home, in your work, your community, the world, and you're absorbing that. Seek these lower 3 categories. Even the woods are good for that, but I really love when people seek these 6, 7, and 8 categories to get grounded. Why is that? Because a lot of times then we're living from either our heart and we're over emotional, or we're living from our head and we're overthinking, right? We really want to have a balance of the body, the heart, and the mind. And when one is overactive, the other really wants attention to help us come into harmony. So vetiver is beautiful for that. It is in Serenity, which is a nice way to get it in a blend. It also says supplement facts on there for us. And like Brandy was saying earlier about myrrh, this is another one that is often like maple syrup. So you might want to buy the droppers for myrrh. Just a little tip, you might want to buy the glass droppers for myrrh and for vetiver to save yourself some time. But it is a beautiful oil. I love the smell of this one. I find men and women both tend to generate and gravitate towards that. So the resins, if we jump into the resins, 2 popular ones we hear about a lot are frankincense and myrrh. They are 2 of my favorite oils, just 2 that I became exposed to early on and really built a relationship with. They help us with our creating a healthy inflammatory response, and to boost our immune system, to have a healthy immune system response, to calm our emotions and our entire central nervous system and peripheral nervous system and our skin. One of the newer oils, in the sense of the last couple years, that I'm so grateful we have access to is copaiba. So copaiba is in the cannabinoid family, and that is also a resin. And on the next slide, we'll be able to learn a little bit more about copaiba. It is available as an oil, but also as a soft gel. So if you're looking for something to help soothe your nervous system, you can take these as a soft gel. They help the entire body in terms of inflammation. Things that you may hear about online about cannabinoid receptors, consider copaiba either as well or instead, and see how that works with your body and your nervous system. Any additional thoughts on that?
Just copaiba is one of the hero oils, is, you know, how Dr. Hill and Emily describe it. So it's just one that you could even take daily under your tongue, just for all of the good benefits that it provides. It's Dr. Hill used to say that frankincense was his favorite for under the tongue every day, and that probably is still the case. Frankincense doesn't taste awesome. Copaiba is a little more mild. It's kind of just a woodsy taste to it, and so I find that it's very calming, not just physically but emotionally as well. So copaiba is just a good one to have, and also it is an enhancing oil. So if perhaps you're using marjoram or deep blue for pain issues, or you know, even lavender for calming, if you add copaiba with that, it will enhance the effect of the calming in the lavender. It will enhance the effect of the, you know, pain soothing of the marjoram or the deep blue. And if you added that to the adaptive blend, which is brand new from doTERRA, oh my goodness, that is a powerhouse. So
happy.
Make sure copaiba is on your list to get soon. It is one that you definitely want to have on hand.
It's only $35 too, right? I think it's about $35. Right. Yeah. To be that powerful and such a booster, that's amazing.
Yeah. And this month, I will throw this in since we're in the call in the middle of October. This month, if you place a 200 PV order, you would get copaiba for free. You would get the copaiba soft gels for free. And you would get a bottle of yellow mandarin, which is a citrus oil that we can't purchase. It's just brand new. So that's, you know, maybe just for Christmas right now, so you can get those freebies for you.
Christmas in October.
Right.
Well, thank you. We love all of that. And truly, I do have people ask me about the cannabinoid receptors, the cannabinoid system. How do some products work compared to copaiba? And I do share with them, just try it. It's a lot less expensive. It is a direct receptor. So it's, from a chemistry standpoint, the opportunity for it to have a reaction in your body is so much greater. So even if they just try this at first and then see if they need something else to enhance it, then we have that conversation. But it's a fantastic way to get started with the nervous system and relaxing the brain. So cool. Thank you, Cynthia. And so for our last area, I'm so grateful to spend this time with you today. And the 8th area of the plant are the seed oils. So think of them, you know, right when they're the little seeds, before they're even really blooming. So they help support a healthy liver, liver function, hormone support, and our reproduction system. One that I really do enjoy the smell of is cardamom and coriander. I really love the smell of both of those, probably more than fennel, just being honest, but I can appreciate the power of fennel. So fennel is on our next slide as our feature oil. And I'm glad that it is, because it is one that a lot of people would probably overlook just because of the aroma, unless you truly love fennel. But based on that last part of the slide, The powerhouse that it is for the digestive system has really made me appreciate fennel. It's in the Digest-N blend, and it helps to expel and release mucus and just, I think of it as junk, right? So if I have sinus issues, which happens a lot based on where I live, so I'll put a little Digest-N or fennel, maybe a little down my neck, just to help pull that off. And then if I have extra, a little over my stomach. The liver is right there too, and it helps the lungs. So if you know anybody that has ongoing sinus issues, bronchial issues, hard time expelling out, what I enjoy doing is mixing fennel and melaleuca. Melaleuca is a drying one, and fennel helps to expel that. So just see and give yourself the freedom to kind of experiment and see how they can work together and change the aroma if you don't like it. So give fennel a chance.
I do like fennel. I'll put it in my water, and you know, it's got a sweetness to it. The longer it sits, the better it tastes, I think, in my water. So I do like it.
Yeah,
but
and you're welcome. And in Ayurvedic, I mean, it's a strong, powerful one for our digestive system. So
yeah, good to have.
Thank you so much.
You did a fantastic job running us through some of those oils and the categories of oils and what you can expect from those. And so I'm going to pick it up from here and just tell you a little bit about how you order in doTERRA and how you can maximize this wholesale membership that you have now. doTERRA has two different ways of ordering. The first one is called placing a standard order, where a one-time order, where you just go into your website, pick out what you want, and then hit the submit button, and it gets shipped to you, and your credit card gets charged right then and there. The other way of ordering, which we all feel like is the smarter way to order, especially when you realize that you're going to be using these oils every day, you're going to start maybe looking into some of the other everyday products like the toothpaste, the shampoo and the conditioner, the vitamins. There's lots of everyday products that you can get through doTERRA that are much better quality than what you would get at the grocery store. And if you order them through the Loyalty Rewards program, you're actually going to get points back, which you can use toward free product. Now, if you shop at Costco, they have one of the cards offers 2% back on everything that you purchase. And it always has stayed at 2%, even though I've been shopping there for 15 years. But with doTERRA's Loyalty Rewards program, they actually start out at giving you 10% back of what you've ordered. So the first 3 months that you place the Loyalty Rewards order, if it is over 50 PVs, product value, you can see that in the catalog, in the product guide. It'll show you the cost and the PV of each product. So if your order is over 50 PV, you're going to get 10% back of what you spent, and it will collect in your website, on your website and your ordering page as points. And so those points, 1 point is equivalent to $1. So as you start to rack up your points, you can see how quickly you would be able to have enough points to start selecting different products that you want to get for free. And then after 3 months of doing at least a 50 PV order, and you don't have to place a 50 PV order every month, you less than that. If you do less than that, you just maintain the points you've earned, you maintain the percentage you're at. But once you've done 3 orders of 50 PV, then months 4 through 6 that you do orders of 50 PV, you're going to get 15% back. And so if you look at the chart, you can see, you know, months 7 to 9, you get 20%, months 10 to 12, 25%. And then after doing that for 12 months and beyond, then you start getting 30% back on each of your orders. So that is such an awesome way to realize that you actually, you know, when you started your wholesale account, you get a 25% discount on everything in the product guide. But as you do Loyalty Rewards, then you start to actually be making or saving 35%, and then up to, math is not my strong subject, 25 plus 30% would be 55% back. So instead of thinking, oh, doTERRA is really expensive, just be like, no, there's a way that I can order that brings the cost down, that is helping me get good quality products for my family, and I get free product by doing it. So on the chart on the bottom, you see that to maintain any reward points, you just have to order something, 1 PV. You know, maybe it's a toothpaste or a lotion or a bar of soap or something. If you want to earn reward points and increase your percentage, then you would place a 50 PV order or more. And then to earn commission with doTERRA, you would be doing a 100 PV order, which, you know, you could consider a business expense to place your order every month. And then there's also something called the free product of the month. Every single month, doTERRA has an item, a product that you can get for free if you place your loyalty rewards order by the 15th of the month, and it's 125 PV or more. So this month, many of us got the clementine oil for free, which was exciting because that's another one we can't purchase. Sometimes doTERRA will throw out little fun new things for us that you can only earn in certain ways like this. So with the loyalty rewards program, you also have flexibility in what day of the month you want it to ship. You can change it up, whatever day of the month works best for you. And then also you get your shipping, whatever you paid for shipping. It starts at $3.99 and goes all the way up to, I don't know, $24.99 if you want it overnight or something. Whatever you paid for shipping will be returned to you in points. So it sort of simulates free shipping. It's the best that doTERRA can do, and I'm totally happy with that. I think that's a great, generous thing that they offer us. But you can only get your shipping costs rewarded in points through the loyalty rewards program. So on your website, whoever invited you to this call, they will probably be doing a sit-down overview with you on how to, you know, walk you through your website, and they'll show you where on the ordering page you can find where your points are, where they are labeled, so that you can see how many points you've got and how you can cash them in. There is a $3 service fee for cashing in points, and so you kind of want to let them bank up for a while so that you can use a lot of them at once and just pay the $3 one time rather than using points every single month and paying $3 each time. So I think I'm ready to move on to the next slide unless there's any questions. Well, if you've got any questions, write them down. As soon as we kind of finish through this, then we'll open it up for any questions that you might have. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to add about the loyalty reward program, because I know when I first started, I was like, oh, I have all these oils. I have this big kit. I'm set. Well, as I continued to learn about replacing some of my products with healthier products, my cleaning supplies, my beauty supplies, I realized I was buying a lot of those from beauty supply stores and Costco and Target and all of that. And now I could just transfer what I was spending at those stores and get a better, higher quality, cleaner product through doTERRA. So it wasn't like I had to spend an extra $50 or an extra $125. I just shifted it from where I was spending it to now getting a better quality product through doTERRA. So I just wanted to mention that, because sometimes you feel like, oh, I have all of these oils and I'm set and I'm good, but you are buying toothpaste, I hope. You already are buying, you know, shampoo and conditioner. You already are buying laundry detergent. So why not use a product that's cleaner, better for you, has the essential oils in it so you're getting the benefit, and earn points while you're doing it. It's like a win-win. So just wanted to throw that in.
I'm
Actually,
so glad you did.
Actually, just to piggyback on that, I'm actually spending less now, because prior to that, I was constantly trying to find the right product. And with that, I would buy something, not like it, go buy something else. I was constantly buying, and spending all my money on it. Then I had this, you know, shelves and shelves full of all this crap that I wasn't going to use. And now, you know, I've thrown all that out. Now I'm only buying the stuff that I am going to use. So I'm ultimately saving money, and the money that I'm spending is coming back to me 30 in, you know, for the 30% plus my shipping, and I get free stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for everything.
Awesome. Those are
I can
both
just really fast. I do agree with everyone in case someone's on there with the supplements. That was my journey. Trying the oils was one thing and they worked and that was great. But I have my basket. I don't know if anyone's ever had a basket of products, you know, the vitamins and all your stuff. that you would take every day, all these different pills and different brands, and all from the health food stores. So very quality things, but they were all different brands. And I kept saying, well, when I run out of that, then I'll try doTERRA. When I'd run out of this or my vitamin or my whole food or omega or whatever. And so slowly I did do that. And I really wish I would have started earlier, because doTERRA formulates all of that to go together. So I found that I spend much, much less on my supplements, probiotics, enzymes, all of that. I spend so much less because my body absorbs and knows what to do with the products. So I'm so grateful for their supplemental line.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Thank you, all three of you, for piping in, because that's just boils it down for how much sense it makes to just do loyalty rewards. And like Brandy said, you're not spending any more, you're just reallocating where you're spending your money. And now you can trust that you're getting really good quality products for your family. And it's just one-stop shopping, and it just makes sense. And one more thing that I will add is, yesterday a woman texted me and said, do you have any of the On Guard throat lozenges? My daughter has a cold and I've been using them and I just ran out and I don't want to catch her cold, and these are really helping. So I did have some in stock. I was able to sell them to her. And when I gave it to her, I was with another friend who also uses doTERRA, and they commented, oh yeah, Cynthia just is there to keep us healthy. And I told them, I said, well, I can only do so much. If you don't have the product on hand and your emergency happens, there's nothing I can do. And so I tried to help them understand that you want to be prepared. Your Breathe, if you love Breathe and you're using it all the time, it's going to run out, and you don't want to be without Breathe. So get another backup so that you are prepared. Just every month there will be something that you could either have an extra of, or that you want to be prepared with, or that you want to try that's new. And so just loyalty rewards is the only way to go, really, when it comes down to it. So that being said, what if you could start getting your oils absolutely free every month? I think that is something that most of us, we need something to support this new habit of ours. So what if we could get them free? So it is so easy when you start using doTERRA products to realize how amazing they are, and to start thinking about people who need this stuff. When you see how well Copaiba helps with your pain, maybe you think of somebody who's got pain issues and you want them to have the same relief. Or a mom who's struggling because her child has terrible digestive issues, and you know that Digestin could probably make a difference. Or there's just all these different scenarios. We all know people who have different health issues, and we will start to find these oils helping us, and we want to help them. So what if you just started sharing with them? You can get little tiny sample bottles and just put a little bit of oil in there and just give it to a friend, put a label on the top and say, I've been thinking about you. I know that you're really struggling with getting some sleep, and I've learned that Adaptive is amazing for helping with sleep, or Serenity or Lavender, whatever it is. Would you be willing to try this? I think it could really help. And then you just tell them what to do with it. Put it on the bottom of your feet, spread it on your pillow, put it under your tongue, whatever it is that they need to do. And just say, hey, listen, can I touch base with you in a few days and see how it's going, see if you have any questions. And that's just a natural way to serve and to help someone else. It's not scary, it's not pushy, it's not salesy. It's just simply coming from the heart and trying to help other people with the gifts that we have. So what if you started doing that, and then they start to realize, wow, this was really amazing. What was that? Tell me more. And then you can simply share doTERRA with them and help them get a wholesale account just like you did. Say, this is the best way to order. You get 25% off the bat, and this is what I did, and you just sign up. You can get a kit, or you can buy oils a la carte, whatever you want to do, and just assist them in getting started with their own wholesale account. As you do that, doTERRA will pay you a commission. In fact, they pay us commission in about 7 different ways. But that's just one way to get started. If you wanted to really focus on getting your oils paid for and maybe supplementing your income, maybe having enough money to make that car payment, or to pay for cheerleading, or to put braces on your kid, or whatever is going on in your life, consider sharing doTERRA. You could even replace your income, which many of us have done and have found it to be an extreme blessing in our lives. And so what I would suggest doing to get started is to make a names list. Probably people have come to mind as you've been hearing Heather talk about the oils today. Make a list of all the different people that you think could be blessed by doTERRA. And then figure out how you want to share the oils with them. What oil do they need? What product do they need? You can even get samples of some things like the Deep Blue Rub and throat lozenges. There's certain things you can easily sample for people. And then once they've had an experience, say, hey, why don't you come over and let's just sit around the table and talk about oils. I'll teach you what I know. And whoever brought you, invited you to this presentation today can actually give you scripting of what you could say in a little class or just a sit down, one-on-one or a presentation. I mean, you don't have to make it sound so formal as a presentation, just whatever is comfortable for you, whatever feels good that's coming from your heart. But it's very easy to just open the product guide, open up your box of oils and just talk about what you know. And that is what's going to sell people is the oils themselves. So we want to invite you to keep coming back to these education classes. Next week will be the power behind health and lifelong vitality. That's what Heather mentioned, the supplements that she takes every day. That's called the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And let's see, some of you have been told that as you complete your 8 classes, that if you collect the password from each class, that you will receive a gift from the person who invited you to these classes. So today's passcode is Pathway. And the reason we chose that is because you are on this great journey now with doTERRA and the essential oils that you're learning how to use. And it literally is an exciting journey where you're going to learn so much about how to take care of yourself, how to be a healer in your home, how to care for the people that you love the best. And so continue on this pathway and get really excited about what else you can learn and what else you can be empowered with. And then just tune in next week, again, Thursday, same time, same Zoom channel, same Zoom link. And hopefully you'll continue to enjoy this pathway and this journey. And we look forward to getting to know you better and helping support you. So before we shut down, are there any questions or any comments that anybody wanted to make?
Yes, I'd like to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I understood that this was only for those of people that were doing the rank advancement classes, but it sounds like it's open up to anybody we'd like to invite to it. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, the Thursday classes are continuing education. So as you're helping new people get on board with oils or you want to introduce them to oils, definitely invite them to this Thursday class. Anybody is welcome to participate. The classes or the Zoom call, the mentor call that those who are participating in the rank up and the 6 weeks to elite, that is on Tuesdays at the same time. So Tuesday is for the people in the program and the business programs, and then Thursday is the continuing education product classes.
For anyone.
For anyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is the classes going to be recorded to where we can watch them later if we can't make the 2 o'clock?
Yes, they will be recorded and put on the Facebook page that has been set up, the 6 weeks to elite, and it will be there.
It'll also be emailed out as you've registered for the continuing ed classes, which I put the link in the chat.
Okay, great. So you'll also get an email with the link to this recording as well. Thank you, Melissa.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead, Barbara.
Oh, great. The question is, I thought that this was the first class, so I'm wondering, is there a link to the first one? Because I must have missed it. This is your second one, right?
No, this is the first one, the first continuing education. And then I believe that they are going to repeat the program, the 6 weeks to elite and stuff. And so then these continuing education programs will start over again. But you guys are welcome to offer your own continuing education as you get comfortable with the content and to offer it the best way for your people.
Okay, terrific. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else? We're so glad that so many of you stayed on with us.
I have one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
you had clove in with the flowers section. I understood clove was the seeds. Why would you have it in the flowers when it's coming from the seed?
Let's see if Heather's got information on that. Oh, she's looking it up.
Meanwhile, can you tell me the Facebook page that you mentioned for these recordings?
Yes, I believe you can find it under 6 Weeks to Elite. Let me double check that. Oops.
So we basically have 2 programs going on right now for people who are interested in ranking in their doTERRA business. And that's the 6 Weeks to Elite Rank Up. And that has a Facebook group that goes with it. If you're just inviting people to watch Continuing Ed, then you'll want to make sure they register, because that Facebook group won't be appropriate for them. But so they'll receive the recordings of the calls if they can't join live.
Okay. Thank you.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah.
I have people that registered just for Continuing Ed. I actually even had the one person register twice because she's not getting any emails or any notifications or anything, and she's not ready to do any kind of rank up or elite or anything like that. It's just Continuing Ed.
Right. So basically you're having an issue with her getting the emails even though she's registered. Is that right?
Correct.
Melissa, what would you say for that?
I'm trying to tell who was talking.
Sorry. Kelly was saying that she has somebody who's tried to register for the continuing education, but they aren't receiving the emails yet.
Kelly, I saw your email. I just didn't have my computer to look up her information. So let me look into that and I will get back to you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Melissa. I'm actually going to probably send you another name too. Thank you.
Yeah, just send me emails if you have issues, and I'm trying to respond as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Melissa's basically a rock star. It was her birthday this week, and she's still like at the grindstone helping us launch all of this new stuff in the program. So I think Melissa's email is hintseassistant@gmail.com. Is that right?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Heather, did you find anything about the clove question?
I did. I'm using this book, the Essential Life book. I realize it comes off backwards, I believe, on screen, but you can see it? Okay. In that, it says that it's sourced from the buds of that clove plant. So it's all about where that essential oil is sourced from that plant. And it says the buds in this book. So I'm assuming that they just put that under the flower category.
Yeah, on the bottle of clove, it actually is labeled as clove bud, not just clove, right?
Oh, let me grab
Isn't it?
one.
Verifying.
Oh, you know what? I don't have it right in front of me.
Okay, I would have to walk
I
over to
believe
my
you.
Yes, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. Clove
Okay.
bud.
Yeah, I guess because it looks like a seed, I assumed that it was a seed, not the bud. And when it was the flowers, I was thinking of the open flower. So my correction. Thank you.
That's okay. And then in the Modern Essentials book, if you can see that, this is the image they give. So it looks like the little bud just when it's blooming. But these are great questions. Thank you. This is how we all learn.
All right, anything else?
Thank you, ladies, very much. I enjoyed that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Glad it was of value to you guys. I guess we'll see you all next week. Yep. Bye.
Bye.